Ah, shit. Here we go again.
So I bounced out the shower and I'm heading through the day room to go upstairs, and Peaches approached me. Now keep in mind, y'all, I got my drawers on. I only got my towel and, my soap, deodorant, and stuff like that in my hand going upstairs. So when he stopped me, I'm like, man, what's up? He was like, man, Dante, I really need to talk to you. Well, he didn't say it like that. He was like, hey, Dante, I really need to talk to you. I said, man, can it wait, man? You see, I got to get dressed. He was like, yeah, just let me know. Just let me know. I said, all right, give me a minute, man. So I bounce upstairs, whatever. I get in the stair. I put the white sheet up, put my deodorant on, put my pants on, put my fresh white tee on or whatever. I put my watch on. Now I put my socks on, put my boots on. So I lace them up and I go back out, right? I'm like, what's up, Peaches? So Peaches come up the stairs, right? And he like, hey, I really, really need your protection. I said, look here, Peaches. You know I can't do that. He was like, why? You protect other people up in here. Why you can't protect me? I said, Peaches, man, it's not a good look. I mean, what's going on anyway? He was like, well, my boyfriend from Jackson, he on his way here, and we fell out on bad terms, and he basically said he was gonna cut me the next time he see me for cheating on him. I said, what? He was like, yeah, he said that he was gonna cut me because the last prison we was at, I got transferred when he went to the hole or whatever. And yeah, I've been messing around, whatever, but he put the word out that when he see me, he gonna slash my face, so I need for you to protect me. I said, man, listen, I don't want to get in the middle of no lover's quarrel or anything like that. Now, again, because I know I get brand new subscribers that watch my channel every day. So I know a lot of y'all might be confused. Y'all like, wait a minute, Dante, why is this homosexual, this punk, this sissy coming to you saying, hey, I need you to protect me? Well, for those that don't know, when I was in prison, I ran a protection business. And what that meant, if you was a weak inmate, if you was an inmate that had money, and you just want to have a smooth ride and have nobody trying to beat you up, extort you, or grape you, you would come to Dante and you would pay me a certain fee every week or every 2 weeks or every month or whatever the case is. Everybody's situation is different. And me and my crew will protect you. No, we was not an organization. No, we was not a gang. We was just a bunch of guys that was willing to push that knife if need be. And they was under my command, right? I was a commander. So anyway, this is why Peaches would come to me and ask for protection. But, I'm looking at the situation like, well, I don't want to get in the middle between the lovers' quarrel, man. But anyway, so I'm like, all right, listen, Peaches, how much could you pay me, man? He was like, well, shoot, my mama just got her income tax checked, and she said she was going to give me $2,000. So, I can give you $350 a week. I said 3, 6, 9, 12. I said, yeah, I bet we can do that or whatever. Yeah, we can do that. I said, when do he supposed to be coming? He was like, oh, he'll be here in another week or so. I said, okay, all right. I said, all right, let me go holler at my guys and, let them know what's up. Right. So he was like, thank you. Then he walked off. So I went around, gathered up my homeboys, whatever, and gave them a rundown. I'm like, hey, listen, there's a guy coming from Jackson or whatever. He talking about he gonna cut Peaches in the face or whatever, and Peaches gonna pay us to protect him. Now my homeboy Al was like, what? I said, yeah, we gotta protect Peaches when this dude get here or whatever. And Al was like, man, that's wild, man. What you mean we about to protect a homosexual? I said, I know, but he paying us $350 a week, so I mean, hey, it's money, man. Shit, that's what, 700, 1400, right? He like, yeah, I know, but man, that's weird. I said, listen, Al, listen, we cannot be biased. You know, we gonna be losing a lot of money if we keep being biased. Now, listen, y'all. In the past, I done turned down many contracts, many contracts, and most of it was because somebody was, you know, a homosexual, or whatever, and that just made it just looked it bad on my reputation, right? But as time went on, and I started seeing stuff, and man, this would lead me to the conclusion, like, okay, I can't discriminate no more, because yes, homosexuals are humans and they do get into issues just like regular people, whatever. So I'm like, you know what, we leaving a lot of money on the table, let's go ahead and get this money, whatever. So we gonna fast forward to the morning of Peach's boyfriend coming to the prison, right? So normally, if you got an issue with somebody, they have something in your folder that's called a stay away order. And actually, you don't even supposed to go to the same prison, right? But for some reason, he ended up coming, right? So in intake, you know, I have my homeboy Ronnie Bell up in there, whatever. And Ronnie, I said up in there, y'all don't even know what I'm talking about. I had him in intake. He's the guy that's in property, that get your property, and he's the guy that give you your clothes, your toothbrush, your toothpaste, you know, your care package or whatever, your welcome to prison package or whatever, right? So Ronnie, you know, let us know through the grapevine that, you know, dude was here, whatever. So there's a moment where you in intake and you have to go to the law library or whatever. So my thing was, me, Tarty, Homicide, and Al was gonna be in the law library. Why? When they doing a tour, whatever, they let you sit in the law library for about 15 minutes or whatever. So that was my plan, to wait for him to go to the law library, whatever. So nevertheless, you know, the captain is taking the guys on the tour, whatever, and they go to the law library. Now, me and my homeboys are in the back, right? So when the captain leave, it's about 4 guys in there and a guy, right? So when the captain left out, that was my cue. So me and my homeboys rolled up on dude, right? I was like, hey, your name, blah, blah, blah. He was like, yeah, what's up? I was like, you know Peaches? He was like, yeah, that's my B. What's up? I said, listen, I already heard about you. I already know what you put out there, but you can't do nothing to him. He was like, what? Who is you? I said, I'm the nigga that you gonna have to worry about if you do anything to Peaches. So he was like, so you effing him? I said, no, homeboy, it ain't nothing like that. But what it is, he under my protection, he under my wing. And I'm just letting you know you ain't gonna cause no harm to him, or it's gonna be a problem. So he was like, hey man, listen, I just got here. I'm just trying to do my time, and I'm trying to get back with my girl. I said, well, listen, I'm not getting involved in your relationship. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? But you can't hurt him. You can't cut him. He was like, man, that's what he said. That's what he told you. I said, yeah. He came to me and said, hey, he need my protection because this is what I do. If inmates having a hard time up in here, whatever, they come to me for protection, whatever. And he came to me and said that you supposed to have been hurting them or whatever. And I'm just letting you know that that's not going down on my watch. So he was like, man, no, man, we good, man. No, Pete just be tripping, man. I said, I know, but he was like, no, man, Pete, I ain't gonna, man, that's my girl, dog. I ain't gonna hurt her, right? So I'm like, all right. So I said, well, I'm just letting you know, don't do nothing to him. He was like, all right. So then we walked off, right? Peaches is on the yard, right? And he's over here with these other sissies. Now, nobody in my crew wanted to, you know, go talk to Peaches or even be around him, right? But I had to go over there And I had to let them know, it's just one. And I know, some of y'all gonna be like, oh, Donta, you so homophobic, man. You act like you can get some gay juice splashed on you or something to make you gay or something if you talk to homosexuals. No, it's not that. It's what it is that in prison, not in the real world, but actually you can apply this to the real world, but in prison, birds of a feather flock together. Meaning, if you see a group of guys hanging together, right? Let's say, like I'm saying, a group of homosexuals. You don't supposed to be over there mingling with them if you a straight man. You don't supposed to be over there talking to them, laughing with them, giggling with them, wrestling with them. You know what I'm saying? No, you go over there, say what you got to say and keep it moving, right? But even if you do that, you got guys watching you. You got the whole yard looking over there like, oh, look at Donta. He over there talking to Peaches. He over there talking to Peanut. He over there talking to Coco. You see what I'm saying? They come with their own narrative and try to put a jacket on you. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say my rules always been, if you go over there and you talk to a gay guy, you have to bring somebody with you to verify what was said, okay? And that was a part of my regiment. See, as y'all know, Donta ran a strict program. Now, I know I always tell y'all I can't tell y'all how to program. Y'all know that. But in my program, if you want to be in my crew and, ride with me or whatever, you have to follow my strict program, and that was one of the things. I had a lot of rules, but let's get back to the story. So I bounce over there, and I'm like, hey, Peaches, let me holler at you, right? So he's like, what's up, Donta? I said, look, I holler at your guy. I told him what's happening. And he was like, oh, well, what'd he say? He said that, you just drama filled and you just taking it out of proportion and he ain't gonna hurt you. He was like, yeah, I figured he was going to say that. Yeah, but he probably won't do nothing. I said, oh, okay, that's good, but I still need my money, though. He was like, oh, you going to get your money? You going to get your money? Matter of fact, you finna get your money today. You finna get your money today, shoot. Well, matter of fact, what's your green dot card number? Shoot, I got you. So I said, oh, you finna get that bread sent in now? He was like, yeah, I finna get that $350. I said, all right, bet. So I give them the green dot information, whatever. See, back then they didn't have Cash App. I don't know if they had PayPal or not, but I know back then we only used green dot. So I give him the information or whatever. And so he go run off with the rest of his sissies or whatever. And I go back over here and I get on the weight pile with my homeboys, whatever. Right? So my homeboy Todd T was like, oh, he about to get that bread sent through. I said, yeah, he said that he finna get it down or whatever. So I said, I bet, right? Now, Stow Day is tomorrow. So we looking forward to that money, even though I'm already bringing in about 3-4 bands a week. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. So, and for my uneducated audience that don't know what a band is $1,000. So I was bringing in about $3,000-$4,000 every week in prison, right? For the business I was running. Now, y'all know we got to do the question of the day, all right? I need to ask y'all, I need y'all opinion. I need to know something. When it comes to deodorant, right? Do y'all like to put on like the speed stick or like the powder type? You know what I'm saying? Do y'all like I like the powder type of deodorant. I don't like that speed stick. Like it feels like it's wet. You know what I'm talking about? So let me know in the comment section, what type of deodorant do y'all use? And do y'all like the roll-on thing or like the wet type of deodorant? And me, I'll tell you what type of deodorant I like to use. I like to use Axe deodorant. Smell real good. But anyway, y'all put it in the comment section what type of deodorant y'all use, and do y'all like to put on that roll-on speed stick stuff, or do y'all like the powder type? Put it in the comment section. And don't forget to hit the like button. But let's get back to it. So anyway, we go to the chow hall, right? And I'm already in there. Me and my crew already sitting down, we eating or whatever, right? So then I see dude walk in or whatever, Peach's boyfriend, whoever he is to him, right? He roll in there, and then I see Peaches come in, and Peaches like kind of jump the line and get right next to him. And they talking. So I'm like, I tap Al, and I motion to look over there. I'm like, man, look at Peaches. What's going on, right? So I'm like, okay. So he sit down with Peaches. They sit at the neutron table. Now. Well, I ain't got to go through that, but they sitting at the neutron table, whatever. So they eating together, whatever. So me and my crew ended up leaving because we was done or whatever. But I stayed back because I wanted to holler at Peaches and dude, because shit, I still need that money. You know what I'm talking about? I put me and my crew life in danger when, we approached dude in the law library. He could have popped it off on us right then and there on his first day. So, hey, I don't give a damn if y'all cool now or whatever. You promised me a month's worth of money, and I need that. I need me. So I hang back or whatever, and I'm just chilling, whatever. So Peaches come out first, and I roll up on him. I'm like, hey, Peaches, look, what's up with you and your boy? He was like, we good now. We good now, but thank you. He tried to walk off, and I said, whoa, hold on, where you going? He was like, I'm about to go take a nap. I said, you sent that money yet? He was like, oh, I don't need your service no more. Me and him good now. We cool. I said, listen, Peaches, I need that money. And he was like, well, you didn't do anything. I said, listen, Peaches, I got up close up on him. I said, listen, Peaches, we had a deal. I approached homeboy, and I let him know that you with me and don't fuck with you. And he was like, I know, but I appreciate that. I said, no, you ain't understanding. I put my life, my homeboys, and my reputation on the line for you. I need that motherfucking money. He was like, I understand that, Donta, but I said, Peaches, listen to me, because I'm about to put my motherfucking hands on you. Go get my motherfucking money. Go get on the phone. Go call your mama, whoever you need to call, but I need my money today. He was like, oh, okay, Donta. Oh, all right, just chill out. I said, no, I don't think you understand it. You're not hearing me. Go get my motherfucking money before I kill you. He was like, all right. So he walked off. All right, so then I go to the dorm. Now, I'm over here under the staircase, doing my pull-ups or whatever, get my daily workout in, right? Because usually after I eat, I just go work out or whatever. So I'm under the stairs doing my pull-ups or whatever, and Peaches walk up. Peaches like, hey, Donta. I said, what's up? You got my money? He was like, my mama said that, she had some bills that I just got off the from under the stairs and then slapped them. Bow! I smacked Peaches right in the face, and Peaches took off running. Help me. He trying to fight me. I'm just standing there, right? So he go to the control booth, banging on the door. Boom, 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 boom. Help. He trying to fight me. Help me. Right? So the guard come. He like, what's going on? He like, Donta, he just hit me. He hit me. Right? So the guard like grabbed him and brought him in the hallway or whatever. So he talking to him. Now, I don't know what they talking about, whatever. But then he let Peaches in, and he called me right. So I go over there, and he said, come on. So we step out. He like, listen, Donta, I don't know what you and Peaches got going on. I said, what he say? He was like, you just slapped him for no reason. I said, listen, Peaches owe me money, and You know, he like, I know, Donta, but you can't be putting your hands on people, man. I don't want to do the paperwork, man. Y'all leave that shit alone, man. Work that out a different way, or just wait till I get off shift, man. Do that shit on third shift or tomorrow morning. I said, listen, I ain't gonna trip. I ain't gonna do nothing to him, but he owe me money, and that's just all that was about. I ain't gonna cut him. I ain't gonna stab him. I ain't gonna beat the brakes off of him. He just got to give me that bread. And he was like, all right, Donta, give me your word, man. You ain't gonna do nothing to him. I said, I ain't gonna do nothing to him. I ain't gonna have nobody do nothing to him. But he need. I will holler at him again, though. He was like, all right, man, just don't. I don't want to do no paperwork, man. I said, I got you, man. So he opened the door back and I went in. Now, Peaches is in his cell, right? So I bounced upstairs. So I'm like, hey, he like, Donta, please, man, please don't hurt me, man. Please don't hurt me. I said, listen, I don't, all that talking about please don't hurt me, and I need my money. I need my money, Peaches. He was like, listen, okay, listen, I don't got all the money, but let me talk to my man or whatever, and we'll try to get you some money. I said, Peaches, I don't even want all the money. I just need at least $500, man. Give me $500. He was like, I can do that. I can do that. I'm finna go talk to my man right now. So he left out. He left out the unit, whatever. Came back like 2 hours later, right, with his man. Now, his man couldn't come in the unit. So Peaches was like, hey, Donta, my guy is outside. Could you go talk to him? He want to talk to you. I said, hey, if it ain't about the money, he said, yeah, it's about the money. He's just trying to make sure the numbers is right for the green dot. So I said, all right. So I go down there. He like, hey, listen, man, this is what he's telling me. He like, listen, Donta, no disrespect or nothing. I know I just got here, but I'm just letting you know I don't appreciate you putting your hand on my broad. I said, listen, man, I need my motherfucking money. I'm not trying to hear nothing else. He was like, listen, I just got here and I just want peace, but we gonna give you the 500. My mama and my grandmother already sent the money. I just need your numbers or whatever so I can send the money on the green dot. I said, all right, man. So I gave him the information, whatever. He was like, listen, bro, don't put your hands on my bitch no more. I said, well, hey, hopefully I ain't got to, right? If that money ain't on there, it's going to be a problem. He was like, I get that. Just don't put your hand on my bitch no more. I said, all right, man, whatever. Right? So I called my card like an hour later, and the money was on there. So I went to Peach's cell. I said, we good, we straight. He was like, oh, okay, I told you my man was going to take care of it. I know he was going to take care of it. I said, all right, whatever, man. Right? And I said, hey, Peaches. He said, yeah. I said, listen, we can't do no more business together. I'm just letting you know that. I'm letting you know that right now. He said, no, it's okay, man. It's all good. I said, I'm just letting you know that right now. Don't come to me ever again asking for me to do anything for you, because the shit ain't gonna happen. He was like, okay, I get that. Tell me why, y'all. The next day, we on the yard, right? Now, I'm over here playing basketball, right? And I hear Peaches screaming, help, help. And I see his boyfriend, whatever, beating his ass. Like, Peaches is on his back, like, kicking his legs up while the dude, like, stolen on him. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, you somebody else? Boom, boom, boom. Listen, man, that you hear and see in prison is crazy, right? So he's beating up Peaches. The guards is letting it go down. Tell me why he's ripping Peaches' clothes off. He done got Peaches down to his boxers. Well, I'm going to say his panties or whatever. He done whooped Peaches out of his clothes, right? Now Peaches running for his life. So he run and he get to the first gate or whatever, and dude on him. He grab him from the back, pause, right, and wrapped his forearm around his neck and just took him to the ground. And Peaches gagging, he choking Peaches out, right? So then, like, these three sissies that really rock with Peaches came over there and like, let him go, let him go, let him go. And they started kicking the guy and hitting him or whatever. So Peaches, he let Peaches go because now he fighting with these other. And keep in mind, even though these dudes are sissies or whatever, they still men, right? So they putting work in on dudes. It's 3-on-1. So Peaches finally getting his breath or whatever, and he get up like, y'all stop hitting him, stop hitting him, right? So the guard finally come out like, hey, y'all break that shit up, man. Break that shit up. Y'all going to the hole or whatever, right? So Peaches is standing there in his, I guess his thong or whatever, some jailhouse thong that he done made. And he got his arms stretched out, like protecting dude or whatever. Yeah, you see some wild shit in prison, man. So after that, they take the sissies off the yard. They take Peaches and this dude off the yard or whatever. And they go to the hole. Now, we going to end the story right there because really nothing more eventful happened after that. I want to say something, though. Because I know I'm going to get a lot of flack. You know, they're like, oh, Donta, you so homophobic and all this and that. Y'all chill. Listen, again, matter of fact, you know what? I ain't got to explain nothing. Y'all just do me a favor. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button. Let me know in the comment section where you're from. Me, I'm putting Flint, Michigan in the comment section, right? Majority of my life, I done stayed in Flint, but I was born in Detroit. And, you know, I spent a lot of time in Atlanta, too. But I'm just going to put Flint, Michigan in the comment section. So y'all let me know where y'all from in the comment section. And with that, y'all, make sure y'all hit that like button. Let me know what type of deodorant y'all use also. All right. With that, y'all, this is your big partner, Donta. Make sure y'all check out Stacy's Storytime. Also, I'm going to have her link pinned at the top of the comment section. And for those that's looking for my skits and movie channel, I'm going to have that channel link pinned at the top of the comment section too. All right. With that, y'all, happy holidays. I'm gone. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to my movie and my gaming channel. I'm going to have that link pinned at the top of the comment section. Also, y'all subscribe to Stacy's Storytime. She's tell phenomenal stories just like myself. And if y'all feeling generous, make sure y'all leave me a tip. I'm accepting Cash App, Zelle, and PayPal. Until next time, y'all take care. I'm gone.